What's going on, family? We are in here. Let me get set up. Let me get set up. We got that Rastafari this morning. Rastafari. What's going on, TikTok? How you doing? How your mama doing? How your daddy doing? If you was in class yesterday, you are still holding the gold. It probably came back and clipped you out yesterday. Because as y'all saw, last night, we were trading this right here, TikTok. We was trading this all the way up to here. And then as we went to sleep, she came right back and touched that zone again. That shows you how fire that zone is. She come right back, touched that zone again. And now she's all the way back at 33.96. Yes, 33.96. She is trying to go to the big sell zone at 34.07 to 34.04. That's where she's trying to go. Our sell zone today is going to be 34.07 to 34.04. 34.07 to 34.04. That's what we on today. But we're going to reset everything. Y'all keep that number. We're going to reset it all. Boom. And we're going to go get some numbers. Right now. Look at that daily. Look at the daily. Nice daily wicks. We can close them off. How y'all doing, TikTok? What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? As you come into this live, make sure you click the thumbs up. Make sure you click that thumbs up. Let me know you are in the class. Let me know you're learning and earning. Today is literally going to be for question and answers. Like, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in the chat. If you have any questions from beginning all the way to advanced, I'm going to be more aware of the chat today than I am just talking and laughing and joking. I wanted to get some questions and answers in for people who are struggling. I get a lot of people in my DMs, and because I can't get to my DMs all the time because of the amount of individuals in my DMs, we have to, you know what I'm saying, get on live stream and make sure we ask these proper questions so people can get proper guidance. And as we see, it is still legit. So we're gonna go to the backside of this. 34.04. 34.04, yeah. 34.04, I still like it. I'm gonna put it right there to 7. Boom. Make that red, adjust it. Boom. Anybody got any questions right now? What is the most important lows? What is more important, lows or highs? If you have a lower high but higher lows, what is that indicating? Hold on, Charlotte. Whoa. If reading your question, it sounds like the market is like hella volatile. That's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like. If you got lower highs but higher lows, that means you have 3 white soldiers. That means the market is probably going to go up. If you make consistent higher highs and higher lows, or higher lows and higher high, lower highs but higher lows, that means you're literally going up. But it's just like kind of like consolidating in the same place, because if your highs are not getting higher but your lows are getting down, that means your market is actually going down, to be honest. So you're going to be looking for a buy position. Because that means she's coming down lower and lower and lower. So that means she's going to be reaching gap areas like this, and then you just fire off. So we got 33.74 to 33.77. 33.74. $77. Boom. We buy from there. Bye, y'all. Top of the morning, Supreme Rising, Supreme Rising. If you are over here on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. You're coming in here, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Can you explain again, but in a different way, please? Explain what again, Priya? Explain what? You're going to have to ask the question. You can't be piggybacking on other people's questions. You're going to have to ask a different question, Priya. Yo, TikTok, there's those zones right there. Y'all tap that screen over here on TikTok. Y'all tap that screen over here on TikTok. Let me see if we got any questions over here. We got any questions over here? Y'all tap that screen. Y'all make sure y'all got any questions over here, TikTok. We ain't ignoring you. We not ignoring you, baby. We are not ignoring you. This is the 4-hour chart. Just to let everybody know, this is a 4-hour chart. What I like to do on the 4-hour, I like to literally find the gaps that are in the market, which is like right here, and literally right up here. Because the 400 area has been playing out consistently, I'm pretty sure the 400 is pretty vulnerable now. So we're going to do the back of the 400 zone. 404 to 407. That's where we're going to sell from. Right now, she is extremely bullish. And that is from also last night's buy zone. Last night we had a buy zone at literally 80 to 83 that literally got blown through within one candle and then pulled back in profits in the same candle. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Priya Patel, ask the question. Ask the question. Priya Patel. Ask the question, madam. Madam, please, ask the question. We got a trend line right here forming on the 4-hour. Boom. There's another trend line rejection right there. There's a nice trend line rejection right there that we always like, that we were literally just taking yesterday. Let's get that out of there. Boop. Make it red. Make it red. There's an hour. We're going to go to 1 hour. She has already crossed over. She's already crossed over. She has already crossed over. So if we get a nice little pull down, over here, we should see some rejection. And we should see her head up into our area. We should see her head up into our area. Yeah, I like the area. She should hit our aggressive. She should hit our aggressive. Yeah, she should hit our aggressive right now. Make sure we keep it open. Make sure we keep it open. Keep the lines open. Keep the line. I fought the low and the low won. What's happening, family? This is what you see over here on the 1 hour. You're going to see a break close retest forming. On the 30 minutes, you're going to see the exact same. So she's going to pull back down up in here. When you see the EMA 9 and the 200 sitting together, somebody please tell me what that means. If I ask you a question right now, if you see the EMA 9 and the EMA 200 sitting together, what does that indicate? What does that mean in your mind? What do you see that's going to pop out? What's the first word that pops into your head when I see this right here on any time frame? Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Are we reaching the sell before the buy? Of course, because it's buying candles. The sell zone is here and the buy zone is here. Of course. We're at 3,400 right now. We're at 3,400 right now. So imagine yesterday the 3,400, this was our sell zone. This was the sell zone yesterday. So just to show you, I'm going to put a line right here. We're not going to take the 3,400. We're not going to take it. We're going to take the 3,404 to the 3,407 because of the bullish momentum all night. She's already in the overbought market. So yesterday we sold from here. Boom, just to show you. I want to see this candle push past yesterday's 40 pips to 70 pips into our new zone and then slingshot back into it. And we should catch that in class. We should catch that in class. So I'm going to remove that red line and we're gonna ride that trend line right here all the way up. Boom, like that. We should see some movement right up in here to get us here. To get us there, that's a for sure thing. That's a for sure thing. And I'll go down to little small time frames just to show you guys the actual work. Let's make that trend line green. And then we'll go back to that 4 hour and watch her play out. And watch her play herself out. Y'all should see it right here. The action should happen right up in here, where you see a little drop and then pull back up into our area. Looking at our area, if she slingshots from here, that's going to be kind of close. But I think we still should be able to get it. I think we still should be able to get it. I think we'll still get a nice little rejection. A scalp sale. A scalp sale. We should get a scalp sale. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Let's go back to your 30. I think it's going to touch. Yeah. It's touching the backside of that trend right now. You have 3 white soldiers on your 30. So that lets me know we're going to get more bullish momentum coming up in here. So that depending on how the candles come up in here, that's how we're going to take that trade. That's how we're going to be wise to take that trade. Look at how she got a trap between the downtrend, which is the current trend, and then this is the overall trend going up. And she's bouncing right in the middle of that thing at that 97. She's bouncing from that 97. Like that. And we want to know, if she doesn't come down and she bounces from here and comes straight up in here, she should have very, very low volume. She should have very, very low volume in there. And we should catch her. We should catch her. These are your 1 hour candles. Let me look at the chat. Charlotte already asked that question. Ain't nobody got any questions? Ain't nobody got any questions? All right. Then the hell with it. We'll rock and roll. You at the same zone, Charlotte? That's what's up. That's what's up. That lets me know you got the eye. You're getting the eye. You are getting the eye. In fact, I need some better music right now. Let's go with some soul jazz. Let's see if we can get it without all the commercials. Boom. Yeah, let's go. There she goes. She should pulling up out of there right up in here. We should see her stretch out another 30, 40 pips. I want to see her stretch out another 40 pips right up in here and then get exhausted because she's in the overbought market already. Watch it. Here she comes. You look at that 15 minutes. Here she comes. She got to fight through the EMA 200. She has to get over in there. She has to get over in there. So let's set that alarm. I'm going to set that alarm. Boom. Let's set these alarms. Boom. Let's set these alarms. We have retail sales today at 8:30. Oh, that's what's up, Patrice. That's what's up, Patrice. Yeah. Yippers, we got them. Retail sales. Let's see what it is. This is my business. Change in total value of sales at the retail level. Actual greater than forecast. It's a good for currency. Released monthly about 16 days after the month's end. Yeah, so it should be a good report. This should be good. This is the earliest, broadest look at the vital customer spending data in the primary gauge of consumer spending, which accounts for majority of overall economical activity. Yeah. Previously, it was sitting like this. Forecast to be sitting like this. We're sitting like this. So we got bad numbers from January, February, March, April, and May. Numbers are up. Look at that. That's good. That's good. That's good. So it should be a good reaction. It should be a good reaction. Let's go. Let's go. Jalen, what up, baby? What up, Jalen? Candle still sitting at the 97. She's still sitting at the 97. This is where patience comes into the play. If you're having a zone super close and the market is like right up in here, it's so tempting. It's so tempting to just press the buy button on a BCR, on a 15 or a 30 or a 1 hour, and just literally take that buy back up and then judge if you want to hedge the sale or not. But because we're teaching right now, I'm teaching patience because it's pointless to literally buy here and sell here because it's only like 30, 40 pips. So that means to buy here, which is a setup, it's high risk, low reward right now. When the sale right here is the actual gap on the 4 hour, and that's the actual play from the 407 to the 404. But when you go over here to the week, you see that the market is extremely bullish. You see, you can immediately see it. So you can just see it's a natural retracement from this weekly movement right here. You see that? It's just a natural retracement. So if I just literally put the field from here to just here, you're gonna find those little areas just from where it's at, from the top to just right there. Boom. You get in there and you spread her out. You find that 61.8. It's sitting one down here at the 31.21. 31.21, that's what Fibonacci says she's going. I don't believe she's going down that far. You see? I don't believe she's going down that far. I don't believe she's going down that far. Let's go the other way. Yeah. I don't believe she's going that far. Let's go to that 4 hour. Yeah, she's just trying to reject from this little guy right here, from that edge. From the edge right there, she's rejecting from the 4 hour trend. This is exactly what's happening right now. She's trying to reject from right here on the 4 hour. That's what brings this red candle down up in here and gives you that slingshot. I don't see nobody put that slingshot in there. There it is. Mac put it in there. What up, Mac? What up, Mac? Why do you look at shadows? Because shadow shows you where the money is at, my friend. Shadows are where the money is at. That's where you enter into the trades to get the highest amount of profitability and the easiest way to set a stop loss where the market does not get hit. So for an example, if I was in a buy from here, say 33.92, my stop loss, my personal stop loss would be at the bottom of the shadow if this guy has already then went up to 33.99. So if I got an entry at 33.92, she done went up 70 pips, my entry, my stop loss will be already at break even. And I would literally say in 10 minutes, if this candle closes on the outside of the red line, we're gonna move the stop loss in profits and we're gonna let her keep pushing up. You see, like that. Can you please explain what you mean about the gap is on the 4 hour? I'll go to US 30, I'll trap the day, and then I'll show you. I'll show you clear as day. There's a shadow at the bottom of the daily candle. My daily lines are always orange. I find the shadow of the most predominantly shadow closest to the daily candle, or if the daily candle has a shadow, I use that, which is a wick, guys. If you don't know what a shadow is, it's the wick. So for an example, it has a bottom wick. It does not have a top wick. So I choose yesterday's high, just like that. Boom. Yesterday's high is 42,709. Today's low is 42,182. So this is my price range. Sorry, TikTok. My bad. Gotta get TikTok in there. This is the daily price range right here. Come on. From here to here. Y'all see that? There it is, TikTok. See that price range? Right there. So when I go to the 4 hour, when I get to the 4 hour, watch the 4 hour. Boom. It is going to produce gaps. Look at the gap. There's a gap right there. You see that? Type a chat. Type a 8 in the chat if you see the gap. Right here. Let me make it big for y'all who got, you know what I'm saying, them blue blockers from QVC. Whoever got them blue blockers from QVC, you see that gap right there, right? Put them 8s in the chat if you see it. There's a gap right here from 42,180 to 42,205. That's a zone right there. Yes? Yes, y'all see it? There's your zone right there. There's your zone right there. Watch this. 42,182. Boop. 42,000. We're gonna go 202. buy, dirty 30. Just that simple. Boop. Put my highlighted area right there so everybody can see it. Boop. To 202. Bang. There she goes. There's your buy zone. You add a little alarm, buy out. Now you see she's already hit that buy zone. So now we go to the top. We reset her. Boom, bring her down. Make sure your charts are where it is. Here, you don't have a gap. You just have the drop. You have the drop right here on the 4 hour. So that means you have a trend line right here. So that means you can literally confirm a trend line rejection trade back down. Or you can go for a break close retest right here. Let me get my trends so I can show you guys how you start learning how to actually trade. There she goes. Boom. Let's make it red. Give you a red trend line on dirty 30. You have 709. Let's go 709. 709 to 6. Let's go 6. Let's do 89. Yeah, we're gonna sell there. We're gonna sell here. Buy out. Sell zone. 42, 709. Boom. 42. What I say? 689. Sell. Dirty 30. You got that? So you went from the daily to the 4 hour to find that play. Yes. Yes. The only reason why I didn't do it weekly, because we're just talking about the gap on the 4 hour. That's the only reason why. Look at gold dropping from the 4 hour. Look at gold dropping from the 4 hour wick. You go back down to those smaller time frames, she's heading to that little slingshot area. Remember I told you the play is here. She's heading to the slingshot area right here. You see? Either that 3400 was still a play again. It's either or. When you find the trend on the 4 hour, can you take the BCR on the 30, 15, or even on the 5 minutes, depending on where it's at? So for an example, if I was looking at the 4 hour and I just wanted to trade right now because I'm up from last night, I'm not gonna remove this trend because this trend is from the 30 minutes. This trend is on the 30 minutes for the slingshot. So it's just, I'm just gonna let you guys see it right here. So don't get confused. Yo, TikTok, don't get confused. So I like to trade trend line rejection. So for an example, if I just woke up and I wanted to find a play on gold, I would immediately go to the weekly, see what the weekly is doing, trap it the week from the highest high on the week and the lowest low on the week. Go to the day, trap the highest shadow of the day and the lowest shadow of the day. And if I don't have one on the daily candle, I choose the previous day, yesterday's high, yesterday's lows. And then I use that as a reference to get my boundaries to where I'm gonna be selling and buying from. And when I go to the 4 hour, I will see gaps. So when you trade gaps, that is trading from the overbought market to the oversold market. These are trading from zone to zone. These plays I give you, these are swing trades. You want to hold them until they get in the proper position, then move your stop loss kind of like at break even, and then allow the trade to play itself out and work its way up to all-time highs. If I see trend line rejection in the middle of zone to zone, I don't mind taking this. So if I was not trading, like if I was like trading live right now and not like trying to teach you guys, I'm gonna remove the trend line just like over here like that. I would literally take this sale right here. And I would literally be up from 3,400 to 3,393. That'll be 70 pips to the dome. Because I always take trend line rejections. I always take trend line rejections. Today I said, I'm not gonna be quick to give you guys trades. I'm gonna be more quick to ask you guys questions because I be seeing people in my chats and people always running and snitching saying, yo, I like the new Mr. H, how he's just giving trades and he's trading live. I love that, but he don't teach no more. You know one thing, you can never make people happy. You can never make people happy. And you know, in 2025, it's almost kind of hard to really truly love on people on a daily basis, especially when you're doing some shit for free. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing the shit for free. So I would personally, these are the ways I like to trade. M's, W's, zone to zone, trend line rejection, break close retest. Those are 5 ways I like to trade. I can spot those in any time frame, in any place. So if I'm looking at a 4-hour gap, but I see a trend line rejection on a 1 hour, or I see a break close retest on the 1 hour, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it because those plays play out at higher percentages than they do not play out. So it's well worth to do a smaller lot size and just take the rejection, the trend line rejection, and if it breaks over, you just close out the trade, takes the retest, and buy her back up. If she fakes you out and she goes back in, 2 losses on a trend back to back, I cut the trade and I wait for zone to zone. Literally just that simple. Literally just that simple. Literally just that simple. But that shows you the importance of the trend line. The trend line is amazing. The trend line rejection trades are amazing at higher time frames. If you see them on smaller time frames, like where we see it at right now, how it just approached the EMA 9 at the 93, it's sitting at the 93 right now. And it has 1 minute and 44 seconds left. And it's a real small bearish candle. But let me show you what's dangerous about this candle. Can somebody tell me what's dangerous about this 15-minute candle right now? Can somebody type in the chat why this candle right here is dangerous? Yeah, I'll go over M's and W's too. Why is this candle so dangerous? Somebody just said on TikTok, if she hits the trend line, why would she need to retest? Because if she breaks out, it's always a break retest. When the market breaks out of something, it breaks like this. Watch this. It breaks, which is here, breaks the structure. And then it retests the same structure, always. Retest, I won't say always, but a high percentage. And then it goes to the area that it wants to go, which would be right up in here, hit my alarm, and then die to my buy, and then come back up, reject from here, pull through, retest, boom, fly up. See, like that's the market 101. That's the market 101, just like that. So, let's go to NASDAQ, and let me show you some M's and W's. Somebody asked, what is M's and W's? Somebody said, what is M's and W's? No, it's not coming in hot. It's not coming in hot. Let me finish answering that question, what I was saying, because sometimes I'll be forgetting what I was just saying. The reason why this candle is so dangerous, because it doesn't have any wicks. It doesn't have any rejection. The first form of rejection is happening right here. So if you're trying to buy off of a big red candle with no rejection, then you're literally setting yourself up for failure. Because only thing that this candle confirmed is that the market is for sure going down. And now it closed back inside that trend. Watch the retest. Here's the people who was asking about the retest. The market broke inside the downtrend. She's coming right back here to retest the trend and keep following suit. Like that's how the market plays. So she comes kind of like right up in here and rejects right up in here. The market should continue going down to the buy. And then you just sit here, and if you're not going to trade in the middle, which I'm not going to do today, I'm not going to trade in the middle. I'm going to trade from zone to zone today. Because when I was trading last night, we were trading from the middle to our areas. And we caught the 73 last night. We also caught the 80. We also caught the 83 pull up. It was pulling up from this range all day yesterday. We caught all of this yesterday. You see that? And then last night it started playing down here. So let me show you a W. Let me show you a W in the market. Let me show you a W in the market. Here it comes. Let's see if it does a retest. Let's see if we get the retest right here, y'all. It's a 15-minute chart. It's a 15-minute chart. I want to see if we get the retest right here. Here it is for y'all. Here it is right here. I'm going to make that red. I'm going to make it red. Booyah. She has to come right chair. You also can see, watch this. There's your 15-minute trend. Boom, look at the 15-minute trend. On the money. That's your 15-minute trend right there. That's your 15-minute trend right there. There's the trend line right there that we had on the 30. Let me show you. It's the same trend line we had on the 30. Look at that. Right there. We want to see her bounce up in there. Want to see her pull up in there. And if she breaks retest over here, we know we're going to have all of this area right here. We know we're going to get all of this area right up in here. All of this area down. News could give us this. News could give us this. Let me get into the chat. When you give us numbers, what do we need to watch for when we take those positions? Later in the day, things that make, just whenever they hit, Caleb, whenever they hit. If the market is a really, really big red candle coming into here, you just take modest to the middle to modest. You don't take the aggressive. If it's coming with small candles and it's rejecting, then you just literally get ready to take aggressive or either modest. It does not matter. That is up to your discretion. Here it is. Here's a retest right here. I want you guys to see it. It's right on the trend. It's right on the trend. It's sitting at 33.95. Trend line is at the 96. Watch it. Watch it. I want you guys to see it. I want you guys to see it. This is gold, and we're going to see the rejection right here. And it's trying to get into, so imagine right here is the normality mode. Anywhere past the 33.96 is in the overbought market. So just the minute the market gets here to 97, it's in the overbought market. You understand that? Look at the stochastics down here. So that's why I say before the market gets into the overbought or the oversold market, she likes to reject. And here she comes. Watch this. Here she comes. Let me move that out the way so you guys can see it. Let's put it on the other side. Right here. Right here. Right there. Boom. That's what she likes to reject from. And we're going to see it. We're going to see it. Let me get into the questions. So Sean, I'll tell you exactly what happened last night. As an educator, sometimes because I'm like entertaining you guys, I get excited. And so yesterday, we were so excited about the buy that we should have just held the sale from the point that we took it from the 3,400 all the way down to the 3,473. The 3,373. That's my analysis in my Optimi journaling, what we did last night. But I'll tell you exactly where we went wrong, Sean. We made a panic decision on a 15-minute drop, which on the 4-hour, it wouldn't have looked like much, and we wouldn't even like thought about closing that trade out on the 4-hour, even if it was 60, 70 pips, because it immediately wicked back up. So that little drop down on the 4-hour and that pull back up, we wouldn't even touched it if we was watching the 4-hour. But look at the rejection that I just showed you guys. Right here, trend line rejection. I think I got to sneeze. Oh shit, I'm gonna sneeze on live stream. Holy shit. Oh, it's gone. I can't stay up here. Holy shit. I don't think I've sneezed in like a year. I don't think I sneezed in a freaking year. So we closed the trade on a 15-minute candle from a 4-hour projection, Sean. And that's why I chose to jump right back in at the 73, because I realized, I'm like, oh shit, bro, you just took a fucking L on the 15 minutes for no reason. And what made me realize I took the L on the 15 for no reason was my boy G4. My boy G4 was like, yo, I ain't closed, Mr. H, because I was looking at the higher time frame. I said, you know what? And then Keith said it again last night when we got off the live and we was analyzing. So y'all see how you got your rejection scalp right here? You got that rejection scalp right here. Let's see if she does it again. Just to show you how important the trend line rejections are. So right here, do not press the sell button, but right here as a new trader, as a beginner trader, you want to learn how to trade on the trend line rejection or the break close retest of trend line rejection. So right here, you would press the sell button right here and you will give yourself 30 pips. So if I pressed at 96, I would hold that trade in a drawdown to 99 and I will take another entry right up in here. And if she doesn't close out the 99 and back into the 96 range, I take the L on that trade and I just let her flow on up out of there. You see, flow on up out of there. That's how it works. And then I just take the retest on the other side. I will give myself 30 pips like that. Look at that. I always give myself 20, 30 pips. And sometimes between those 15 to 30 pips, if I don't like what I see, I'll take the 15 pip L. Check it out. That's the second time you could have scalped her for 20 pips. Do y'all understand what I'm showing y'all, TikTok? Y'all understand what I'm showing y'all? This is the 30 minutes. We trade from the 4-hour TikTok. We got 130 beautiful people in there. And at TikTok, if you can't see, because I'm like moving the charts, you can get over here on my YouTube. My YouTube is in my bio. And you can get this view where you got me in the corner holding the chart, showing you the charts. Look at that drop. Look at that drop. I told y'all. Who's the man? Look at that drop right here. Buyout. Look at that drop. That is a 30 pip drop on a trend line rejection. How did you confirm it on the higher time frame? My friend, the 4-hour trend. You see? It's a 4-hour trend. Booyah. If I remove all of this, look, it's the 4-hour trend right there. It's literally just that simple. Because it already hit the 99, we were taking the 96. You see? And if she closes under here, she's going to retest right here, and she's going to keep on dropping. And that's the name of the ball game. There it is. So here's the slingshot. Watch the slingshot right here. I'm going to put a green line right here just to show you guys. Just to show you guys how to start watching, managing, and understanding that when the market is moving, situational awareness as a technical analysis you always have to have. So I put the green line in the middle of the 33.90 right here. I want to see if the market drops right here and rejects and then pulls back up and challenge that trend line again. And we're gonna watch it. We're gonna go to even a 15-minute. To see, well, look at, she's on the EMA 9 on the 15. This is why she's bouncing. So she can bounce right up out of here because the 200 is here, EMA 9 is here, and the market is moving right up in here. You see that? And on the 4-hour, all she's doing is literally just dropping. She's just dropping from the trend. It's a beautiful trend line rejection. That's a beautiful trend line rejection. Here it is. I want to see if she drops. Let's go to your 30. Your dirty 30. And we're 39 minutes into class. Make sure I didn't skip over nobody's questions. I should have jumped when you did. Oh yeah, bro. Hell yeah. What? No, we shouldn't have jumped, Sean. We should have stayed. What time do you come on at night? I am on the East Coast. Robert Nelson, are you in our community? Are you in our community? That's right. That's right, Keith. Mr. H, it's dropping, so what do we do on the 15-minute action? We don't do nothing on the 15-minute action. If you took a trend line rejection, you don't do nothing. Your traders should be like, you're still green. You're still literally 20 pips in profits. And if you're nervous, you just put your stop loss at break even if you took that trade. Put your stop loss at break even, which is literally too quick. And then let her play out. Let her play out. Because on the 30, that slingshot is going to happen right here. And if not, she's going to come test the trend. You see? If not, she's going to come all the way down here, test this guy, reject back up, and then she's going to move like this. Watch this. She'll come down here. Boom. Reject. Test the trend. Reject. Test the actual uptrend. Boom. That gets us through. Retest from the 400. Look at this. From the 33.96. She can retest. Hit the middle of the uptrend and the retest of the downtrend. That's your current trend. And this is the overall trend on the 30 minutes and literally blast to our sell zone. Bink and die from there. You see? That's the play. That's the play. She can even just die and come back and test that trend right here. And I'll leave this little markup right here and we'll just see how the market plays out. We can see if she goes bing, 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 bing. News come in, bing, drop, boom. Trend line rejection. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. You cannot trade gold in Coinbase. No. What platform can I trade gold besides Coinbase? Oh yeah, good answer, Key. What is the Elite 88 gang? That's my community. So I do this for a public trading company. So people come in, we have 3 separate packages where most people join, and that gives you access to my schedule. That gives you access to trading with me live. That gives you private mentorship. That literally gets you into the community where you can ask proven traders like myself and other leaders who are doing it on a daily basis questions and answers that can literally help your journey rapid to success versus struggling and trying to do it on your own and just stumbling on random individuals on YouTube. So people say, well, why are you on YouTube? I'm on YouTube to try to help save the perspective or the perception of day trading, because there's a lot of individuals selling courses but not teaching you how to trade. They're creating courses from ChatGPT, and because it's such a desperate industry of people wanting to learn, people are buying courses from people who don't know how to do it. So I like to get on here and just do it in front of you. Just that simple. This is OBG, baby. This is OBG. This is OBG. How can you get in? Shoot me a text. Shoot me an email. Shoot me an email. Actually, no. Go to my... Robert, where did you come from? You came straight from YouTube or did you come from TikTok? Where did you come from, Rob? Robert, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my phone number in the chat because it's public anyway. Shoot me a text. If you brand new and you want to learn how to join, shoot me a text. Oh, shit. I'm putting it up there. I got to do it on my iPad. I'm putting my number right here for anybody want to reach out to your boy and see how you get access to my schedule. It's right here. Bink. Shoot me a text. Say, yo, Mr. H, I was just on your live. I enjoy what I've seen. I've been day trading for 2-3 months now. I've been struggling. I've been trying to get in it. I'm lost in the sauce. I just need some type of direction. I would like to be in your community. And then we would jump on the phone. I would literally give you basically 30 minutes of my time, see how I can help you. And if I can't personally help you, I will point you in the proper direction on where you need to go. It's literally just that simple. Literally just that simple. So you got my number, Robert. Shoot me a text. Shoot me a text. Shoot me a text. Yo, TikTok, y'all want the number? TikTok saying, what the fuck? We over here watching too. We can't get it? We can't get it? I got you, TikTok. So you'll know that the Nigerians, they'll give you a different number. The Nigerian scammers will give you a different number. Boom. I think we can pin that. Boom. There it is. Damn. Look at her break it out. Watch the breakout. Let's go to the 15 minutes. Let's go to the 15 minutes. Look at the breakout right here. Here it is right there. There's your breakout. See the breakout candle right there? Here's a little retest candle back inside it. Watch the 30. Watch the 30. Look at the retest. You see? I mean, not the retest, sorry. The rejection from the 30. That same area right here on the 15. You see that she crossed it over. So you're going to start seeing rejection to the upside. To the upside. Watch this. Here it is. Here it is. Look at the rejection right there. Holy shit. Look at that rejection still playing out. So what I want to see right now in that small time frame, because I still think she needs to come down here. She needs to come to that 90. And that's where you're going to see your bounce to get past that 36.96 to that 36.99. That's a hella trend line rejection. She's showing you. You know what I forgot? Y'all know what I forgot right now? I forgot to show the individual who asks, what do you mean by M's and W's? Watch this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at NASDAQ. Here's a W right here for those who are asking. Boom. There's a W right there in your face. Boom. Buy right here. Boom. Wow. Do, 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 do. You can also see a trend line rejection right there. Boom. Break, close, retest right there. Everything is right there. So there's your W. We trade the first leg of the W, and you can trade the last leg of the W. Fire on up. Boom. That's a W. M's will be the opposite. You will see them in the market like this. The market double tops, and then it drops. That will give you an M in the market. You will trade here, and then you will trade here at the top. Y'all got that? Watch the rejection right here. This is NASDAQ. This is NASDAQ. I'm going to put a line right there just to show you how cold-blooded it is. I'm going to put a line right here. Buy out. This will be your area of rejection. Right here, you should see her rejected. Right there. There she goes. Here she goes. Off that W. Complete that last leg of the W. She should complete that last leg. Let's go back over here on gold. Gold sitting at 96. She's back at that trend. Remember what I was telling you. If you go to the 15 minutes, this is where I was going to tell you. Came down, hit the EMA 9, and now she's back over. She's officially over the trend on the 15 and the 30. Now in 11 minutes, which we do not have, she will close, retest the trend at that 33.96 area, and that same sell zone will now be a buy zone back up into the actual sell zone. If you're just trading break, close, retest, or trend lines right up in here. This is sauce of sauces, sauce of sauces. How do we anticipate the first bottom or top for the W? E-Rock, you don't. You allow it to form. So you see how I got on NASDAQ? As soon as I went on NASDAQ, I didn't have to find the W. It's right here. Shit, it's right here. I need some water. Where my water at? Water always in the front room. So I don't need to find it. I never trade the first leg. I always trade the last leg because the first leg you don't know. Second leg you know because there's your double bottoms right here. You see, this is how I know that's a W. And then it goes up here. So right now it's retraced. Boom. You see, and it is working its way up. It'll retrace right here, and then it'll work its way back up, and then it'll complete the trend. You see, this is how trend lines are formed. Boom, like that. That's how trend lines are formed, right here, just like this. Send me a screen of your cash. Oh, shit. I'm like, what the hell? We got Nigerians in our hustling in our chat right now? That's my old boy, OT Mac. Let's see if we can get a little slingshot right here. Let's see if we get a little slingshot, a little pull back up off the EMA 9 right now on the 30 minutes on your NASDAQ. I didn't give you no NAS plays. But here it is. I want to see a slingshot right up in here. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see her. Right here. All right here. There it is. I want to see her. I want to see her get in there. I want to see her get in there. Get right off of that little trend that she's been respecting. And this is, like I said, this is just NASDAQ. And this is just saying, boom, I'm going to just take the trend. Watch this. Watch this right here. I just pressed the buy button right here. And it's going to be a quick little scalp. It's just literally like a quick little scalp just to show you guys. Like, because we got 9 minutes left in class. And look at that scalp. That scalp is already green. That scalp is already green, TikTok. I've just pressed the button right here. I just pressed the button right there. And now that I'm already green, I just want the trade to literally just mature. You see, look. I just want it to mature back up in there. Watch it. Gold is dropping. Gold is at 92 right now. So that means normally when gold drops, NASDAQ likes to push up. And we're profitable right now. There it is. We're profitable right now in your face. Booyah! We're profitable right now in the face. You see that? That's like trendline rejection 101. Profitable trading 101. Like that. And you can just allow her to mature. You can just allow her because she's fighting the backside of this. She just wants to eventually just pull us up on up. And you just got to let buyers come on in from a higher time frame, from your 30. Look at the pull up on the 30. From the 1 hour. You see? That's a big rejection on the 1 hour. So she's fighting all of that bearish momentum. And she's going to fight through it. There she goes. Wow, something is in my throat right now. Look at the pull up. Look at that pull up. Look at that pull up. Last question. I remember back in the day, someone said that the middle of the M's and W's can be a good rejection spot. I never trade the middle. I never trade the middle. I never trade the middle. Because the middle is inconsistent. You don't know if it's going to complete the W or not. The only way you know is when it makes the double bottom or the double top. Then we know. So I always wait for confirmation. I never like guessing in the middle. I never like guessing in the middle. Let's go. Let's go. We want to see that thing pull all the way back up in here. If we get a close back over here, yo, you're gonna damn, you're really gonna see this action. Let me straighten this up right there. Yeah. You're gonna see that action right there. Yeah, we're gonna see that thing pull all the way up in here. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. She's back at your little entry. She's back at like the aggressive. I have that right there, and I think we still get bullish momentum. We still get some bullish momentum. Why? Because gold really dropped. Look at the drop on gold. Gold dropped back down to literally 90, 89, and she's bouncing. Remember I told you she's gonna bounce from that green line? Look at the 30 minute. Look at where she came. Slingshot. Look at the slingshot right here. Slingshot. 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 You got to love it. 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 And look at that little pull up. Bring NASDAQ right back down into that entry again. You see that? She brings NASDAQ right back. So this is situational awareness. If I'm in a buy on NASDAQ and then I see gold going up also, that lets me know my NASDAQ might be in jeopardy. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you literally manage those trades. Because overall, you know gold is trying to drop right now. You understand that? So if gold is overall going to drop, believe in the NASDAQ buy. Understand that. Believe in the NASDAQ buy. If you're literally sitting in gold from a 96, which nobody should have took unless you just rogue nation. We got some rogue traders in here. Look at that 36. Look at that 96. Look at the 96 now. Boom. That's 60 pips to the head from just a trend line rejection. It didn't give us the break close retest. Let's see, I think US 30 did. US 30 is giving us the break close retest right now. NASDAQ is giving us the break close retest right now. Look at it. You see? Let me show you break close retest. Look at the downtrend. Boom. Right there. You can go right here with it. You can go right here with it. Boom. That's it right there. And I'm just going from this wick, and then that candle right here. Boom. That's a red. That's a downtrend. And that is your BCR right here. Break close retest. The market came out. Look. The market came up. Boom. Retest that area right here. Bank. And got out of there like that. That's break close retest 101. That's break close retest 101. I think my iPad is about to die. Yo, y'all drop some love in the chat. Y'all drop some love in the chat. We should have had 132 likes over here. I think this was a great question and answer. I think this was a great trial and error like type of a live. I think a lot of people got a lot of benefits out. Look at that. Look at that buy on NASDAQ. We are green. We are green. We are big green over here. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I told y'all. Yo, TikTok, I told y'all put some 8s in the chat if you learned something today. Take notes. I just gave you psychology of trend line rejection, break close retest, 4-hour gaps. Let's do the recap. I gave you how to trap today, how to find the gap on the 4-hour, and the importance of the overbought and the oversold area. I also showed you how to fiddle in the middle. Zone to zones are for swing trades basically from zone to zone. And if I see a trend line rejection in the middle, I take the trend line rejection. If I see a BCR forming in the middle, I don't mind taking the BCR to whatever zone that it's going to. I don't mind because it's a low risk, high reward play. Because the chances of it playing out are a lot greater than the chances of it not. Look at this NASDAQ scalp. Who took the NASDAQ scalp with me? I believe people took this one. Y'all had to take this one. Y'all had to take this. This is a scalp to the head. And I already gave you 258 pips like it's nothing and growing. Look at that candle. Look at that candle. Look at that candle from right here. Ew, look at the 30 minutes. Maybe let me show you the 30 minutes. That looks better because that's where we took the trade. I said she's going to pop right in here. Here's your break from your trend. Here's your retest. You buy. And let me let y'all know this before I go. We got 2 minutes left. Let me turn the camera around TikTok so y'all can see my face. I was on gold for 1 hour. Well, for 54 minutes. I was on gold. Somebody asked about M's and W's. I showed you an M. Then I showed you a W on NASDAQ. And immediately when I got on NASDAQ, I said, yo, buy. You can buy her. It's the last leg of the W. You buy. Your retest candle is happening. Y'all tap that screen, TikTok. So if you saw that red candle in the beginning, I said, yo, buy right here. Here's your scalp. Boom. Let me turn that camera around. Let me turn that camera around. Bang. Buy right here. And everybody should be green, 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 green. So people took NASDAQ and they took the gold sale. Let's go. Look at the gold sale from the 36. Look at from the 96. I don't know why I keep saying 36. But gold is dropping. She wants to come to the trend. And guess what NASDAQ is doing? What did I tell you? If gold is dropping, NAS is flying. And that's how you know it's about to be a good day. That's how you know it's about to be a good day. I love you guys. Y'all make the rest of your day the best of your day. YouTube, y'all got to do better with clicking them thumbs up, especially if you're already in the community and you're just coming over here making money and not pressing the like button and giving your boy some algorithm play, some For You page play. You know what I'm saying? The FYP play. If you like that, the next time I get on here, I'm going to be a mute. I'm just going to play loud ass music and I'm just going to mark up charts and I'm just going to put the labels there. And I'm like, don't ask me shit, don't say shit. I'm gonna be like your mama or your dad at the grocery store. Now we gonna go in this grocery store. You better not ask for nothing. You better not look at nothing. You better not touch nothing. You better not even think about nothing. You better not ask me about a break close retest, a trend line rejection, a 4-hour shadow, a gap. I don't wanna hear nothing. You lucky I don't leave your ass in the car. I'm just saying, my mama used to talk to me like that. I'm like, dang, mama. Dang. My mama used to look at me, and you specifically, you better not touch shit in this store. Last time we came in here, I had to buy 3 bags of chips and a pack of cookies because your ass opening them. I'm telling you, I used to be that kid. I used to be in the grocery store. My mama moving. I'm like opening cookies. And, what you got in your mouth, boy? What you got in your mouth? I'm like, And I'm saying right now, you got news in 30 minutes. You got news in 30 minutes. News should give us the blast off in 30 minutes. News should give us the blast off in 30 minutes. 30 minutos. Gold is sitting at 33.87. She's probably going to come to this trend. She's probably going to come down to this trend. What a drop. I should have made that a play. But people probably took it because they already know I like trend line rejection. That's the same trend line rejection we caught last night, y'all. That's the same trend line rejection we caught last night. that took us all the way down here, from like up here. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. She's at the trend already. She's at the trend. She's gonna be at that trend already. Now you're gonna see right now, I need to go, but you're gonna see, I want you guys to watch it. I wanna see if she rejects from here or she comes on down here. If she closes out of here, we're gonna get this play here. That's it, that's how you do it. No more fiddling in the middle. She decided to go down, let her come all the way down, and then take her all the way back up. Just that simple, just that simple. Look at NASDAQ go. Look at NASDAQ go from here. Beautiful. Beautiful. What the way to end the day. What a way to end the day. And that's a trend line before the trend line happens. Look at that. Let's go, NASDAQ. Let's go, NASDAQ. Let's go, NASDAQ. I got to go. Make the rest of your day the best of your day, beautiful people. Much love. Much love. Deuces. Make sure y'all get y'all screenshots. Make sure y'all literally tag me on social media. Make sure y'all do what y'all need to do to keep your boy on the For You page so they don't be censoring me and literally keeping this information from y'all. Because y'all know the algorithm be gatekeeping. I didn't know if you didn't know that, but the algorithm be gatekeeping. Look at that play. Look at that play. Look at that. Look at that play. Trend line rejection, 395 pips. I got to go.